Hi everyone, welcome to Print Number Doll Beauty. So obviously this video is just going to be focusing on the Ettica cubes and bling boxes that I have. I'll put down in the description box which ones I'll be showing in the post, and also put a link down to the makeup organization video that I did a little while ago, and that went over a little bit of this, but mainly on the makeup. This is actually a nice abridged version, so I can actually focus on the actual boxes, dimensions, the acrylic, etc. So I'm going to be starting on the classic cube. So they're all acrylic, and all the classic ones have this style handle. It's a nice wide, thick, sturdy acrylic handle. So you don't want to use it that way or that way. And the acrylic itself is fairly decent. It's a nice thick acrylic. It's about 5 centimeters thick. Now they all come without any dividers. You can actually buy dividers separately. And this is the 6 section, or you get 3 pieces and you can obviously slot it together to get 6. You can also get ones with 2 pieces that make 4 sections, and also single ones, which I'll go over shortly. But as far as the actual dimensions, on the classic, that goes for the classic without the lid and also the classic with the lid, they're the same. They are 25 centimeters long, 25 centimeters wide by 26.7 centimeters in height. And you've got 5 drawers. You get 4 drawers of the same depth. They are 4 centimeters deep, and then the bottom drawer is your deepest drawer, and that is 7 centimeters. I like to sort of put little trays in the deeper drawers. I'll show you this quickly just to get an idea. These are the little plastic ones you can get from InterDesign, but you can see it fits in there, and that way you can sort of have your, I suppose, smaller items sort of sorted together. But as I said before, you can get those little dividers, so that way you can sort of have proper little sections in the actual drawers, which I quite like. And as you can see, I've used it for lip sticks. You can also get the 2, as I said before, if you want sort of to have everything organised a little bit wider. And I think 4 centimeters is actually fairly decent to sort of stack that stuff as well. Of course, you don't have to have them. I've used in some of the drawers just those little liners that you can get at a lot of homeware sections or homeware stores, just so you don't have everything loose rolling around. This is that bottom drawer in my other classic cube. As you can see, they are a little bit lower. They're probably best in the 4 centimeter drawers rather than the 7. But you can see even in the 7 centimeter drawer, you can actually stack things up, which is what I've done here, which is quite good for blushes or bronzers or something like that. So I really like the way that sort of stacks everything in there. So that's just another suggestion that you can do with those. Anyway, jumping back over here, this is the slim cube. So you can see it's the same height as the classic, so it's 26.7 centimeters high. It's also the same length, which is 25 centimeters. Just means it is slimmer, so it's not as wide. So we're looking at, say, 25 on the standard and then 16 centimeters wide on the slim. So that is the same number of drawers, so you got 5 and the same depth. So again, 4 centimeters for the top 4 drawers and 7 centimeters deep for that bottom drawer. Yeah, so that's it. Again, also about 5 centimeters thick for the acrylic. And sort of how I clean these, I just use those what do you call it, microfiber cloths that you can use on glass, etc., or even those little cleaning cloths you have for like your glasses, or even for jewelry, and that sort of goes just to keep all these sort of smudges and that off them. Now going over here, I just thought I'd mention one of the accessories you can get for the classic and also the slim. So there's 2 different sizes, or 2 different widths of these, and they're just like a little top compartment that you can sit on top of the classic or the slim. So obviously it'll be the dimensions that suit those particular sizes. I like it here. As you can see, I've stacked a lot of my sort of most used products on top, and it's good for little loose items that have got like skincare, etc., that otherwise would sort of probably fall off the top of it. So that's what I've done here. You can also see here they've got the Ettica logo embossed on that one, so more of their newer items have the Ettica logo on them. Some of these I got not a long time ago, but before they started embossing it, so they don't have it. But the newer ones, I'll get over here, have it down there, but you can actually rub that off. It's not engraved into the plastic, and that's just sort of on the surface, on the outside of that acrylic, if you are curious. And that also is that thick thick acrylic on the accessory. You can also get, for the top compartment, or you used to be able to get this size, this is a little tray or container, as you can see, that hangs off the side of it, and it's quite wide so it doesn't scratch it as well. I think this is the older style. The new one looks like it is wider, so you can get a little bit more in it, I believe. But yeah, that's good. Oh, a little bit smudgy. I need to give that a wipe down. But yeah, no, it doesn't. They don't really show up the fingerprints that much. You just sort of wipe it down every so often. And as you can see over here, I've got two different styles stacked on top of each other, which is good. I'll just see if I can get down and show you. Hello. On the bottom, they actually have little casters. So if you're worried about them scratching, it's okay. It's got like a little plastic caster on the four corners. So that's just a little heads up there. So this one, the dimensions on the Diva is 25 long, 25 wide, but only 16 centimeters in height. So it's quite good if you want to stack it on top of the Classic Cube, or as I've done here, I've got a bling box on top of it. And as the bling is a little bit narrower, I can sort of have things down the side. So that's sort of how I try to make the most of the space and that. Anyway, to the dimensions. Now these one with the 4 drawers, these 3 bottom ones are the same. They're 3.5 centimeters deep, and the top drawer is 2 centimeters deep. What I've done is, you can see, it's good for sort of like pencil sized products or little tubes of products. You can get in there, and then the other one, I've got whatever, a little bit deeper sort of products in there. As you can see, I've got the single divider. Just show you that. That's what it looks like. You can get the 2 singles together. And it's up to you how you use it. So it goes that at the back and that at the front. So that's, and again, that thick acrylic. So those are the single ones. So I'm just going to go over to the Classic. I'll come back to the bling shortly. This is the Classic Cube with lid. So again, exactly the same dimensions as the standard Classic, 25, 25, 26.7, and exactly the same measurement in the actual drawers. But it just has that addition of the lid on top, which means instead of opening on the front, it'll open from the top for that first drawer. As you can see, all I've chosen to put my more decorative palettes in there. These are my eyeshadow palettes, and this is pretty much all of my eyeshadow and some blush products as I've got in there. So just whatever I can sort of stack in, and I think they stack and display quite nicely. It's going up to you how you will sort everything there. Now jumping back over to the bling, as you can see, the main difference with the bling boxes, apart from maybe the dimensions, is they have these very pretty or decorative crystal looking handles. And again, it's all acrylic. They're all acrylic. And about 5 centimeter thickness as well. And this one I've just chosen to use it for brushes. The other one that I have, I've used jewelry in it. So that's another one. I'll get to that in a moment. So as you can see, they're cool because you can sort of see everything from all the angles. So again, everything's very open. And at the top I've got another accessory. This is their lipstick holder, and this holds 16 lipsticks, as you can see. And I've just chosen to put my most used and prettier lipsticks in it. And again, that nice thick acrylic. And the last one I have up on this desk is one of the polish holders. So the nail polish holders, so the polish cube with the top drawer. So you actually get 4 compartments where you've got this top drawer, as you can see, and I've just got again one of those dividers in it, and I've just used it for accessories, what have you, nail products, eye products, or tools. And then when you open up, these are vertical drawers, so you can display your nail polishes in there. But when you have a look, it's actually got 3 each. So you've got 1, 2, 3. You've got one that's just along, and then you've got one here that's 2 sections down the bottom. So that's actually quite good. So very easily accessible. Just slides it nicely, and I like the fact that you can take all of the drawers out and all of the trays out all the way, which is good if you, again, because you're using makeup products, you want to wipe down and clean out the trays, etc. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I've done there. And just in one of the last ones, I just use a random product. So I've got my false eyelashes and everything that I sort of use a lot, and I can get to it. So again, very accessible. And I'll just skip over to the other bling box I have. So okay, I'll just mention this quickly. This is my other Chic Bling Box, and what I've done is used it for jewelry, as you can see. So obviously just my dress jewelry. So I've got quite a good size for putting little ring boxes and stuff down the bottom. And then yeah, I've just stacked up jewelry different ways, or we can have liners if you want in there. It's up to you. Oh, card. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. And I like it because obviously it goes with other different acrylic storage systems you can get out on the market. So these are different types of ones, but I must admit, in comparison to some different ones, this is maybe a cheaper option that I got. It's very, very sort of flimsy and thin, and this is very thick. So guys, thanks for joining me, and if you do have any ones that you like, let me know down below. Again, if you have any queries or questions on any of the stuff, let me know down below. So thanks for watching.